I gotta tell you, the Miss Piggy climate is not helping out Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones because it has not made money yet.
Don't
It
say
has
that
not
on Miss
made
Piggy.
money.
That is
I'm
rude.
just saying, there's no climate that's good for Indiana Jones right now. Even though I will still say this is a great movie. I saw it. I'm gonna tell you, you gotta see it. It's action-packed. It's fun. It's exciting. And Harrison Ford kicks ass in this. And the CG is actually really good. It's the best I've ever seen de-aging somebody I've ever seen the whole time. So good on that. It means amazing. But it's finally surpassed its production budget. So the production budget was $295 million, Mike. Remember we talked about this before? $295 million. Well, they made $302 million on this so far. So they passed that the past day, but still they have like millions of dollars in actual advertising and and marketing. So the thing is, like, it's still not making the money that it should be. I don't think. I mean, of course, Crystal Skull made a lot of money, made like almost $500 million. I don't think it's gonna make that. I think it's going to lose money, and it's very unfortunate. It's in theaters right now, so if you haven't seen it, go to see it. Came out June 30th, and again, it's one of those movies that when I saw it, I was expecting like a hot pile of trash in the way because people are trashing it so much. I see how they did reshoots at the ending. I will say I think they did it for the right reasons because it was a great ending. It was fun. It's action-packed, though. It's so good. It's bam, 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 and Harrison Ford looks great in it. He kicks ass, and I got to tell you, the only thing about the de-aging thing is you get older, you get a little thicker, And I think like that's the only thing. Like he wasn't as thick when he was like that young, but honestly, when he took they have like a mask. He takes the mask off, and I'm like, oh man, he looks good. And honestly, the whole cast is great. Shia LaBeouf gets killed off like just like that. Like they don't even talk about he's dead because he was such a bad. The fans hated him. Yeah, I love the new Indy. Yeah, Brie, I loved it. It was so good. It was a lot of fun. And I feel bad for Harrison because it's his last one, hanging the hat up. He says he's doing a TV series after this too. They haven't announced who's going to be casting that besides the fact that Harrison and the whole crew said, they're not coming back for this. It's a whole new different thing. So that's unfortunate. I think he's great in this role. 80 years old, it's harder and harder to do this. But I got to tell you, James Mangold killed it as director. I think, they did getting shit online, but for me, I think he killed it. He did, of course, Logan, which was a great movie for the X-Men.
Great movie.
And I just think he's a great director overall. And I was really excited that this was so good. Action-packed. I don't know if either of you saw it yet, but like, what do you think about this? Do you think this movie should have made money? What do you think, Sabrina? Do you think it's a shame? Or what do you think? Do you think that Indy shouldn't have happened after all this?
You know me, I am the queen of please find something new. However, that being said, I love Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I love Harrison Ford, obviously. And I have heard all good things about this movie. You said you liked it. My boss said he liked it. One of my other coworkers said she liked it. Like, those are a different like array of people. Like my boss is very different than you, who is very different than my other coworker, Melanie. I just feel like I think people are soured because of the Crystal Skull situation. And everyone's mad at the shithole that Shia LaBeouf's performance and the writing of the alien weirdness took hold of Indiana Jones. I think that this man is, 80 years old and kicked ass in this performance. From what I hear, I didn't see it again personally, so
So
I'm not,
good.
obviously I'm not at liberty to say, but I will see it. I am going to see it. But I feel like he, is a spectacular actor, probably did an amazing job. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I know, is a spectacular actress and a writer. I believe that she wrote on this as well. And I'm sure she did an amazing job. I don't understand why people don't want to see it. I know it costs a lot of money for de-aging him. Like, I'm sure that's a huge part of the $3 million budget, plus advertising. But I urge people to see it. I urge people to, continue to do this theater experience, especially amidst, a writer's strike. Because who else is going to suffer? The movie theaters. AMC is going to suffer. Regal's going to suffer. Cinemark's going to suffer. Lowe's is going to suffer. So if we go,
Did you say Lowe's?
Yeah, Lowe's movie theater. Are they under already?
I was gonna say, I was thinking Lowe's, the construction and hardware store.
Home Depot's gonna suffer. Menards is gonna suffer, Brian.
True value is not good. I've never heard of Lowe's.
No. So you've never heard of Lowe's.
Regal.
Right.
Never heard of Lowe's. I'm like, Lowe's.
Yeah.
Buy some boards.
Well, everyone else in the country,
Nails.
Everybody else knows what she's talking about.
Knows about Lowe's movie theaters. All of these movie theaters are going to suffer, and they're going to be at the brunt of it. Just like at COVID, it was like really hard for a lot of theaters to stay afloat. So I honestly, I urge people to go and see any movie that they want to see, like Oppenheimer, Barbie, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible. Like, please go to the theaters, because like it's going to be really difficult for them amidst this strike when they're releasing like very little things that they're stringing it along, because they're trying to take up the airwaves until they reach a deal. So if you want to keep going to the movie theaters in the future, you need to go to the movie theaters now. So I just
watch the first one, Chris.
Especially for a movie like Indiana Jones, like that's meant to be seen in the theater. Mission Impossible meant 100%. To be seen in the theater. You know what I mean? Like just do it. Like do it now.
Do it now.
Your
do it
opportunities
now.
are going to be few and far between. So please
see it before it's gone. It'd be a shame not to watch this in the theater.
What?
Yeah, it'd be a shame if you don't watch this in the theater and to watch it at home on your TV.
Sure.
It's definitely one of those big popcorn ones, you know. Mike, did you see it yet or no?
I'm honestly excited for it.
I haven't. I want to see it. I mean, they gave it the money because what? Indiana Jones 4 had the biggest opening weekend, right? Yeah, biggest one for all the franchise. That's a bananas reason. That tells you how that the executives are like incredibly out of touch, because they think that equates to like, oh, we should just spend $300 million on the next one. No, it's a bad idea. I said it was a bad idea the first time we brought this up, which to be fair was probably only like a couple of weeks ago, so we were already well into the development process of the movie by that point.
Moments away from release.
Moments away.
Yeah. If not after.
I know. I just feel bad for Harrison, like coming back, and you think that this is like his big send off, and then it's like womp womp. You know, it's really fortunate. You know, it just really is.
It's not
really
his big send off. He's on Shrinking. He's doing tons of stuff. He's like
back on the scene in a mean way. It's Indy's big send off, though. You know, it really is. And the ending itself, when you see it, you'll see it's like his ending. I mean, kind of. But then again, they leave it open a little bit too. So
one thing I was wondering is that I wasn't aware of beforehand that surprised me is Sabrina, is the de-aging process, is that like a big chunk of budget? That's very expensive.
That's a lot of money.
Yes,
it's a lot of money.
That surprises me. Like, because you see,
expensive.
like, because we, the general public has access to these AI tools now, like just to frickin' upload images and fuck with them, what have you, like, and it isn't that tricky to get good results for the layman.
A moving
frame
like
after frame after frame.
That needs to be like in a movie theater.
And blown up
like,
to
you know what I mean? And like
20 times.
The pixel, the resolution, the whole. I mean, it's a whole thing.
It's easy for me to say like, oh yeah, they just de-age him, like not think that has like not think that has a $40 million price tag on it.
Standing there in the same place for like a minute in the scene, not a big deal. But for him to be doing action sequences.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the moving frames. Think about how many frames are in that too, and there's a lot of action. And
soon enough, that
whole
shit,
first half hour is that.
The price for that is going to drop drastically over just the next couple of years. Like even in like high physical movement, scenes. You can mark my words on that one.
Yeah, I think it will too, but it just takes time. They have so much of this footage that they were using and digging into.
The less, it's like when it's cutting edge and that's all you have, it's the most expensive it can be. Like LASIK eye surgery or like, you know what I mean? Like literally anything.
We're going to have you're correct. You're correct, but what it does mean is that we're going to have a 90-year-old Harrison Ford that they're going to be paying $60 million to get out of bed, like, because now they don't have to put that part of the budget on de-aging him because it's cheap now.
Capture his image and
right.
anyone.
They do some big thing, but they do some big stuff in this movie. Like there's some big scenes, and then a lot of practical effects too, which made me think that also jacked the budget up. Because when you see some of these scenes they shot, like blew my mind. It's like they really went there. Chase scenes, like scenes that are like that I've never seen in any movie before. They just really went there. And for
everybody said it was good. I haven't seen it. Everybody that I spoke to said it was good.
Any movie before, like who wants to go see something they've seen already? Like that's ridiculous.
I know. Well, I'm saying it felt like the old school indie movies. Like the last one didn't feel like that. You could tell that George Lucas influence, and this one really felt like Spielberg's movies back in the day. You know, and I think that's why Spielberg said like he watched it and he was like. He nailed it. He's like, it looks just like something that we did back then. And, this happened like 20 years ago. So, I mean, it's a long time. And
they should have got Ke They should have got Kiwi Wong back.
They
That would have been great.
They had a different kid in this, so there was a new kid, and the new kid was
He's
kind
not
of
a kid
filling into
anymore.
that.
I hate to break it to
I know.
you.
He needed a kid.
Always
He
be a
needed
kid, Brian.